Hello and thank you for joining me. It's been a long time between altered book videos, but I've been playing with my paints. I've just swatched out this palette, which I'm currently working with, and I thought it might be fun. I'm pretty sure somewhere in here, yes, I have some gessoed pages. I don't know why I kept these. I think I'll probably cover those up. Anyway, these have been lightly gessoed. And one of the things that I'm really keen to play with my painting is to play with watercolour, to play with washes and granulation, because they're two of the things that I really enjoy. So I'm going to put my glasses on. There we go. So I've got some colours here which naturally granulate. Jadeite, Galaxy Pink and Violet. These are Schminker. Jadeite, Moonglow, Lunar Black and Bloodstone are Daniel Smith. And Caput Mortuum Violet is Winsor & Newton. And you can see this lovely granulation. It looks a bit like a leather skin to me. That's what it always reminds me of. I have a feeling last time I worked on gesso that it meant I could paint and lift really easily because the gesso isn't absorbent, of course. So we will see. And I think what I'd like to do is play with some mixes. I don't usually think like this. I usually look at my paints without looking at my chart and go, ooh, this colour's appealing to me right at the moment. So let's do that and see what happens. Now this is the Galaxy Violet. That's interesting. It's sinking into where the gesso had. This is my fingerprints actually, because I obviously applied that bit with my fingers. So getting all those interesting extra textures. I'm going to mix it with a bit of Quin Lilac. Ooh. That's very pink, isn't it? Maybe a bit of cobalt. Cobalt naturally granulates. Oh, I just realised I've plugged the microphone. Sorry if none of that was audible, but now we're attached. Now what is a piece of paper here to protect that underneath. So this is just a bit of an experiment. I'm in a funny mood. You know, sometimes you get in those funny moods and just can't decide what you want to do. I had a bit of a disastrous session in the studio with my my hands playing up and dropping things when they're nearly finished. I'm finding this whole process of aging rather uncomfortable at times. Mostly I don't notice it so much, but you know, suddenly when your eyes start to go and your hands start to misbehave and things just generally become less reliable, it can be difficult. Now that's all looking I think I'm probably messing with it too much. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry about that noise, it's probably awful. Okay, let's go with some darker bloodstone, this is. Oh look, there's a hand there with a quill. I don't think I've ever painted anything so geometric in my life. Now I'm going to add some spatter. That would be Loki. He's wanting some attention. I love watching the way all these little stars form just from water spray. Now I'll leave that to dry. And I think on this one, I have here some ink, Antelope Brown, which needs a good shake. And I will need another piece of paper. I want to try putting some ink down first. Cover there. Ooh, looks like not very pleasant. I'm not sure it's going to cover my hippopotamuses, but I'll give it a go. Well, that's covers them a bit, maybe. I know a lot of people love this colour. I wouldn't call it brown, I don't think. When in doubt, squirt and spatter. Let's go some Lunar Black. Nothing's going to cover this up. Oh. And then, just because, nothing to lose when you've made a big mess, let's try that. Ooh. Ooh, I like what it's done on this side. Look at that. That is rather nice. Now this, goodness, one of the other problems I'm having is living with somebody who keeps doing things up too tight. I cannot undo them. Okay, this is the gesso. I'm going to just come back in here with gesso and see what happens, because I'm not a huge fan of any of this. So the nice thing about an altered book is that, you know, do whatever you like. It really doesn't matter. If you don't, if the worst comes to the worst, you're really unhappy with something, you can glue the pages together or tear them out. Now, in this instance, sorry, apparently I can't paint and talk at the same time. In this instance, I disliked what was under here to begin with, so, you know, it didn't matter what I did on top of it. And I didn't like that. So now I'm re-gessoing. And this is now, would be a satisfactory colour to just to write on, to journal on, or to do anything on. It's knocked it right back to more of a neutral, more of a shaded sort of a neutral. And of course you can texture it. Or just keep building it up and have some shaded areas. Shaded, whited, differently coloured. That's kind of shaded, isn't it? Goodness, I'm out of sorts. Okay, I think I have to stop there. So I'm just fiddling with it. But I tell you what I did really enjoy was this. Oops. This side. So doing these coats of granulating colours, I don't know that I got much interest until I sprayed them with the water. But then, sticking the pages together with the ink, I love what's happening here. I really like all of this, and I'm already seeing, can you see here? This looks like a head and some shoulders. Could be a centaur because it's got a bit of a butt. Can't believe I said that. Bum sticking out here. So that could be a centaur. There could be legs coming down there. I'll have to wait until it dries, but look at this interesting edge here where the ink has met the lilac. It's done that beautiful, some really beautiful little pieces of surprise going on. Even here, this really organic, like, so I didn't much like this colour when I applied it. I might just wet this a bit more here. Get rid of that dark line. Ooh, look. Don't waste what's on the brush. There we go. Now that page is a bit more interesting too. I'll leave these dark lines. I don't mind those so much. Yeah, so now I think part of the reason I haven't worked in this book for ages is because I was really unhappy with what I'd done, gessoing part of this page and leaving those images which I didn't much like. Now this is a lot more inviting to do something to. And so I will, but I will have to wait for it to dry. really interesting watching how these are all turning into little spiders here too. I wonder what happens if you spray into wet gesso. It takes longer to dry. That's what'll happen. Okay.